man, I used to hear on the third day, and on the third day, some people say Sunday, and then they say 3 days after would be Monday. Is the Sunday or the Monday is the third day? So if today is Friday, the third day would be when?
You see, it's a very controversial issue, but they didn't count days the way we count days. Because remember, though, you have the day and you have the night. You have 12 hours in the day and 12 hours in the night. But the jury's still out on that. Some accept the Sunday. Some say by your reasoning it would be the Monday. But, to me, some of these things are not as important as accepting the value of what was done and accepting that the Lord Jesus Christ made a sacrifice that can change your life forever. That's what I focus on.
Yeah. Absolutely. Bishop, you had mentioned that you had been online for the past 10 years. For so many other churches, the transition was not so easy. For your older members, which, it has always been very difficult, how are your older members dealing with this transitional period and getting online and understanding this whole digital age?
If there's an older member who doesn't have a young person in the house, they have a problem. And yet, I can tell you, every time I go on Zoom, one of the first participants is one of our elderlies who has got to be closer to 80 than 70. Every time, I'm amazed. I'm serious. 10 minutes early, she's there before the one. And I'm always shouting out. So there are those who are learning. It's just like when the cell phone came in. Some people had a challenge. But after a while, you're surprised to see some of the people now that's on Facebook and WhatsApp, and even Instagram and Twitter, and they're over 60. So we're catching on, but we do our best to try to help them and to make sure if they don't have a device, we could try to help them with a device. But some people are really left out of the loop. I wouldn't hide that.
Yeah. As we come to the end of the interview, Bishop, I want to change lanes just a bit. I keep hearing that we have so many churches in Jamaica. I think I heard that more churches per square mile than anywhere else in the world or something like that. But we are violent people, whether we want to admit it or not. I don't know if it's a fair question, but is the church failing us, sir?
I don't think, what I would ask you is, can you imagine what it might be like if the church were not here? Because we are the salt of the earth and the light of the world. It is a fact that we can do more. I wouldn't go around that. And I think we, the church, I think parenting has to be also a part of the solution. Schools, we have to teach our young men to love the ladies in their lives and women in general. I think what happened recently in Port over the killing of Kanice was just so tragic and unnecessary. But we have to teach our men to respect our women and to treat them as queens and not to be so violent. We have to teach our entire nation how to resolve conflicts, because conflict resolution is not the easiest thing for us. We resort to violence at the drop of a hat. And so where does that come from? Some people say it's the African nation that we came here with. But I think time comes for us to really make a national concerted effort to change the level of aggression that exists in this society and the inability to talk about our problems as a means of solving them. The church has not failed us, but we can do more, and we call on all the churches to spend more time in social intervention, teaching our people how to deal with problems, and even in marriages, we find the same attitudes, carrying over into marriages. So our job is cut out for us.
Thank you so very much. And as you rightfully pointed out, it isn't even just the violence from men to women, but just as a nation, human to human, just as Absolutely. People and as citizens, we all have a part to play, and certainly the church is just one of the many layers of trying to curb the crime and the violence. Thank you so very much. We wish you all the best, and certainly we know that a lot of persons will sign in just to fellowship. Even if we can't do it in person, we will definitely be fellowshipping digitally. So thank you so very much as presiding Bishop of Emmanuel Apostolic Church, Everton Thomas. More on
Thank you.
Congrats so much. Congrats, grandfather.
Congrats on the grandson.
I'm too blessed to be the press. I'm too glad to be sad. I'm too anointed to be disappointed.
All right, I love it.
God bless you.
Likewise, thank you so very much.
You, sir.
What more can we say? More on smile after the break. Too anointed to be disappointed.